It's Friday, guys, you already know, and we're serving it hot and spicy on the show. Welcome to Hot Topic Special on Jasiri, where we unpack the biggest conversations this week with a dash of attitude, a whole lot of insights. We're turning the spotlight to the headlines that got us talking and the stories shaping our culture. Our Hot Topics guest is sizzling just how we like it. She's a true force in movies and production, a powerhouse who knows what it takes to make magic, both on and off the screen. But first,
yes, indeed, we need to talk about the Peak Performer Festival 2025. The event is brought to you by the Peak Performer Africa, or TPP Africa for short, which is a forward-thinking organization that is devoted to empowering individuals and organizations to reach their highest potential. Now, through leadership, summits, mentorship programs, and youth initiatives, as well as personal development platforms, TTP Africa is shaping a new generation of purpose-driven leaders across the continent. Now, the Peak Performer Festival for 2025, popularly known as TPP Fest, is Africa's largest convergence of leaders, entrepreneurs, innovators, and professionals that are focused on performance, leadership, and personal growth. The festival features the high-profile speakers, as well as workshops, entertainment and recognition segments, alongside a 500,000 Naira innovation grant, plus a 6-month mentorship opportunity for outstanding youth-led ideas. Now, joining us for the man behind this is Dr. Abiola Salami. He's the founder of the Peak Performer Africa and principal strategist at CHAMP. Dr. Salami, welcome to Jasiri.
Thank you. It's great to be here, ladies. It's great to be hanging out with you this morning. You guys are looking beautiful as always.
Thank you so much.
All right, Dr. Salami, we're just going to jump right in, because this year you have described this year's event as more than an event. So that's like a transformative experience designed to inspire, equip, and connect Africa's peak performers, people who are really talking about TPP Fest 2025. So what exactly is happening, and why is it suddenly the place everybody wants to be?
Great question, and thank you for that great question. It's exciting to see how the Peak Performer Festival has captured hearts and headlines, across our country and the continent. And TPP Fest 2025 is not just a leadership event, it is a continental awakening. We've created spaces where performance meets purpose and ambition meets alignment. This year's theme is powering people, shaping leaders, and sustaining legacy. And it is built on a trilogy of experiences, which is 1, the Emerging Leaders Summit, 2, the Women in Leadership Dinner, 3, the CEO Forum, and of course, we round off everything with the super mega awards. So why everyone is talking about it? Because people are tired of shallow conferences. They don't want another weekend of motivational quotes and recycled speeches. They want strategic insight. They want tangible solutions. They want clarity. They want frameworks that will drive their performance. And they want a community that will sustain their growth as well. And so TPP Fest is where Africa's next decade of leaders are being redefined. So if you're serious about relevance, it is not a place that anyone should miss. The people in that room are not just chasing inspiration. They are designing their next level. And here's the truth. When everybody comes down into that place, they'll be in the room rewriting their future, improving their careers, improving their leadership, improving their businesses as well. So it's an inclusive platform where young people will find their voice, where women will find their voice, where senior leaders will find their voice, where we are powering people, shaping leaders, and sustaining legacy.
all right, Lolo.
Yeah, this year's edition carries the compelling theme, 21st Century Intelligence, Artificial or Emotional. And it aims to explore how emotional intelligence and artificial intelligence can work together to drive meaningful progress in Africa's workforce, governance, and creative industries. But why the focus on AI and EI? Because they're separate, but they both carry a lot of weight in these times.
Great question. Great question. And by the way, I just concluded the certification on AI, and this is the first time I'm granting an interview anywhere after that. So cheers to Jasiri.
Wow, congratulations.
Yeah. So I'm a Chief Artificial Intelligence Officer certified now. And why is that even important in the work that we do? While human experiences and human behaviors and human intelligence skills are critical to driving growth and performance, it is important for us to marry it with technology, with artificial intelligence. So what we are doing is we're creating a platform to blend the two of them together. You know, a lot of people say, oh, AI is the new frontier. AI will take your job. AI will do this. AI will do that. AI is powerful, yes, but AI alone doesn't drive performance. So this is a blend. We're putting the intelligences together, which is why we call it 21st century intelligence, emotional intelligence, something I've done a lot of work with in Nigeria and globally with some professors in Harvard and other top schools in the world. There's emotional intelligence, there's communication intelligence, and there is artificial intelligence. So we're creating this platform to bring everybody together. Young people, women in leadership, senior leaders, people in public sector, in private sector, coming together to gain these skills so that they can remain relevant in the world today. That's why we're blending everything together. It's 21st century intelligence. That is what is called performance intelligence.
Now, I mean, we've seen summits, right, and leadership conferences before. There are 1,001 of them. And so one has to ask about, you know, whether in Nigeria or abroad or even within the shores of Africa, what makes TPP Fest different from the rest?
Great question. Great question. And it is one word. The word is depth. It's about depth, you know, because most conferences teach you how to look successful. But no, we help you stay successful without losing yourself. At TPP Fest, we go beyond surface level leadership. We dissect what it costs to lead in today's world, mentally, emotionally, strategically, relationally, technologically. Every session is designed to solve a real pain point. That is why we created 3 signature movements with this. The first one is GRIT, G-R-I-T, Grow, Rise, Innovate, and Thrive, to equip young professionals to grow, rise, innovate, and thrive against all the odds. The other one is No More Shrinking, No More Shrinking to empower women to amplify their voice, their presence, and influence without apology. You know, the other one is titled TITLE, helping CEOs and other senior leaders to tame the invisible toll of leadership and lead from wholeness, not from weariness. So when people say TPP Fest feels different, it's because they're not hearing motivational talk. They are receiving performance intelligence, the intelligence they can implement immediately. And it's not pep talk, it's not just a playbook. You know, if you've ever left any event feeling hyped but hollow, this TPP Festival is the antidote, because what is coming at TPP Fest will recalibrate how we all think about leadership, how we define excellence, so that every one of us can make more money. And as we are making more money, we don't lose ourselves in the process.
I mean, Dr. Salami, we're pressed for time, so I do have to let you go. But let's talk highlights. What are we, just for those who are just tuning in, what's the conversations going to be like? Is it going to be live streamed, payments for entrance, or how do I even get to win that 500,000 naira? That's really what I'm interested to know, honestly.
Okay, great question. So it's a 2-day, it's holding on the 17th and 18th of November, next Monday and Tuesday. It's a 2-day. It starts with the Emerging Leaders Summit for young people, and then later in the evening, we're having Women in Leadership Dinner, where we'll be celebrating some amazing women. One of yours is one of the people we are celebrating, New Central, Rosemary, you know, that evening. And then the following day in the morning, CEO Forum. At the CEO Forum, we'll be hosting some amazing leaders from across the country and across the continent, you know, as well. And in the evening of Tuesday, the 18th, we round off with a celebration of a mega awards, you know, that New Central is also being recognized at that platform. Now, about how can someone register? If you are watching me right now, because you are watching New Central, you may win a free ticket. So here's what you should do. Just follow me on Instagram right now, Abiola Champ, and send me a DM that you just watched on New Central and say one thing that you heard from this interview. And then Kotsi New Central, you may win a free ticket to get the Abiola Champ on Instagram. It's an exciting moment, and it's not just about talk. There will be music from some of the best, the award winners, you know, on some of our favorite shows. You know, they'll be there performing, there will be comedy, there will be food, you know, a lot of amazing things going on. So just send that DM to me on Instagram at Abiola Champ, and then we will share a registration link with you, and you will get a free ticket. I promise you'll get a free ticket.
Great to get indeed. Doctor, I want to say thank you for taking out the time to join us, and congratulations for all the hard work. We wish you all the best. I hope to get an award next year. And also a successful outing as well. You're watching Jasiri here on News Central Television. Up next on Jasiri, we've got the hot and spicy with our Hot Topic special guest just right around the corner. So stick around, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Stay with us. I promise I'm not fully on Jasiri yet, so bear with me. But hey, welcome back. It's Jasiri here on News Central Television. Our guest is with us here, and she's more than an actress, by the way. She's a storyteller using a voice to change or challenge stereotypes and spark change. You may know the face and you've seen the talent, but today we're going beyond the roles, actress as well as producer and advocate, inspired by real life stories. By the way, let's roll the montage for you to see who I'm talking about. A beauty like no other, and of course, talent, a powerhouse. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and welcome to the table for Jasiri, Susan Jimah.
By the way, she's my friend. I just wanted to put that out there.
Nobody would believe you. This thing you just said. You know why? Because everybody that comes here, you say they're your friends.
Wow, so because they love me.
Yeah,
what can I do? Welcome to Jasiri Gems, Susan.
Are you one of those kids that when they're on the playground and somebody says, that's my best friend, it becomes a fight?
Oh, yes. Here's my friend before your friend. How do you know? Do you know that I've become an adult before I knew that my friends can actually have other friends?
Yeah, you mentioned.
Yeah.
You mentioned that.
So I had to work on it. Like, okay, everybody can still have a piece of this person you love. I don't want to share, just like I don't want to share Judith, no Susan, no Catherine, but I have to.
Yeah, no choice.
All right, we're just going to dive straight into today's hot topics, and we'd love to start with one important question, the one we always ask all our guests anytime they come on Hot Topic Special. So much is happening around us, the news, the hustle, the rush of everyday life, and sometimes we don't even pause long enough to catch our breath. So Susan, as we ask every other person, how are you really doing?
I'm fine, actually. I'm taking one day at a time.
Oh, nice. I like that. One day at a time.
Yeah.
Okay,
One
so
day at a I just remember the song.
Jesus.
Oh my God. They know that we are old. You don't do.
Okay. So in line with this, one day at a time, sweet Jesus. I mean, tomorrow may never be yours and mine. But yesterday was World Kindness Day. And we talked about it here. It got us thinking, in an industry that someone can feel cutthroat, competitive, did I get that right in there?
Yeah.
What would you say, what does kindness look like for you in real life? I mean, for you, is it giving someone a second chance? Is it mentoring a younger creative? Maybe extending grace when things don't go as planned? So my question would be one-in-one. What kindness have you experienced in Nollywood?
First of all, kindness is my act of love is kindness, first of all. Yes. And I've experienced kindness from strange people, actually.
Strange people?
Yeah, from strangers. Yeah. And I would call it extension of grace. So I've experienced that from people, extension of grace. And I also give that out.
Yes. So like you pay forward. That's nice. When you intentionally, you understand, when you're intentionally doing something ahead because it's what you receive.
Yes.
So you see, there's still some kind people, Julie.
Yes, there.
Yeah.
All right, look, see, so, a family member was watching, and they called me out on this. So I do have to say this. I also did have an act of kindness that someone showed me, and I forgot completely. And it was when I had an accident. When I told you a story, a stray bullet passed through the side of my head.
Yes.
And then I was dumped by the police van. And then a bikeman, everyone had abandoned me because, of course, I was in a jeans and shirt, and all of a sudden I was young, and most likely I was engaged in activities I should not. But a bikeman was so kind to pick me up and take me back to my estate And as he drove into the estate, there was my family and the entire residence had come out looking for me and were trying to find out where the van was. And the man just dropped me off, said, "Is this your family? Are you sure?" And then he drove off. Wow. And that's an act of kindness, and I would never forget him. Yeah. So I do apologize. I take it back. I've seen some level of unkindness, but the man didn't care. He put away the prejudice and decided to help me. So anyway, let's move to the industry, shall we? The most important story today. We've seen how stories are told and sometimes sold in Nollywood. Yep. Do you think the industry is truly ready to tell uncomfortable truths, especially about women's experiences, or are we still playing it safe for the applause? And that question is to Susan.
I think we are ready.
Are you?
I think a fraction of us are ready. Yes, of us are ready.
Let's put it in percentage. Like how many
percentage?
Let me say 30.
30. Because
I ready to tell the uncomfortable story.
Because these days everybody just wants to tell stories that they think is commercial. Let's love up on each other even when nothing is real. Yeah. All right, ladies, let's get into something really important, like our first hot topics. We're cutting. I want to start to sound like you, Judith. What is it? Sorry. Don't try me. Yes, we're concentrating a story that's been making waves.
See, it's politics, so it's because of politics coverage.
Almost every day, from the accusation of underage marriage to allegations of deceit and the ongoing marital saga between Ned Nwoko and Regina Daniels, it has been messy, complicated, and highly publicized. Last week we touched on it, but since then, so much more has happened. This week, Ned Nwoko took to social media to address circulating claims that he married Regina when she was 17 years old. He insists that these claims are entirely false and misleading. According to Ned Nwoko, he asked Regina her age during their first meeting, and she told him she was 21. She presented her INEC voters card, which shows her date of birth as October 10th, 1998. Their marriage occurred 6 years ago, which would make Regina 27 today. Okay. He urged the public to approach all contrary claims with caution, noting the certain personal struggles Regina has faced, including starting and abandoning rehabilitation for drug addiction, should be considered when assessing the narratives. Susan, are you following this drama?
Hold on, it's not over.
Well, as expected, the public and fans of both parties are now reacting. Some are defending Regina, others Ned, and many questioning what really happened behind closed doors. Now, on social media, by the way, conversations range from debates about age legality as well as morality to discussions about celebrity privacy and how personal lives are turned into public spectacle. Now, things have heated up after one of Ned Nwoko's wives made more allegations against Regina, and the allegations are wild, by the way. Kat.
Hey, this story, eh? So,
I'm drinking tea.
My sister, Ned Nwoko's fifth wife, Leila Cherani, has listed a new set of explosive allegations against Regina Daniels, accusing her of 1. Introducing her to drugs 6 years ago. 2. Giving drugs to nannies, workers, and Regina's younger sister. 3. Being a bad influence in the household. 4. Sleeping with every girl around her. And 5. Being unsafe around children. Regina Daniels, however, has responded, dismissing the claims as false, hurtful, and allegedly orchestrated by Ned Nwoko himself. This is yet another layer in the ongoing escalating saga inside the Nwoko household. All right, Suze, baby, before we come to you, let's take some reactions before we come, because I have a question for you. Now, this first reaction says, a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria posting another person's valid means of identification details. Are you aware of the right to privacy and data protection, and by this, your action, you have breached her right of privacy?
The next one rolls up. It goes, 6 packs. Love it. Dear men, learn from Ned Nwoko. Always keep your receipts whenever you are dealing with people. It doesn't matter whether they are men or women. If they ever decide to act film on top of your head in the future, you will just open book for them. So Regina Daniels is actually 27. Wow. Weirdo. Anyway, this one here goes, Gina was not a minor when you married her, and that's 100% correct, but she wasn't 21 years old. Regardless of how old she is, she was desperate to be wealthy. If she can go as far as lying publicly that she was 17 at her marriage, then nobody should believe anything she says. That's from Adiola Esther.
Ned, whatever Regina and her family is putting you through, now you deserve it, sir. You went into a family to ask for their daughter's hand in marriage, and your supposed father-in-law is not spearheading it. Yet you went ahead to marry his daughter. You disrespected patriarchy, Ned. Is Brooks.
Just call him Chinedu. Funny how Regina hasn't posted a single shred of evidence, while Chinedu has backed up every claim with solid proof. She's clearly 27 now and got married at 21, not 17, like the pity brigade keeps screaming. Like I said, no proof, no pity. We believe facts, not tears. Regina posted her international passport, and her father, who was your roommate, said you married her at 17. Even Mercy Johnson said she was 17. Your ex-wife also said she was 17. So you are saying a father is lying?
I'll guess first.
Yes, Susan, please let me ask you a question. Have you ever been a victim of fake news or any, false, misleading narrative?
I have, but it didn't just get to the
level.
Yeah, I have actually, but I didn't pay attention to it, so we didn't give it light. Let me put it that way. That's why it was not out there. But I have this year actually.
How does one? How would you think one should? I don't know, address this kind of thing if you've been mired in fake news or some controversy like this?
There's a lot of layers to this thing, right?
He said you, the other person, and the truth, right? And you will tell your own side of the story. People who will believe, those who won't believe, won't believe. No matter what Regina says, those that will not believe, I will not believe her. Those on Ned's side will be on Ned's side.
Yeah.
I don't know her personally, but I feel for her. I genuinely feel for her.
Her mother, look, I remember when this marriage thing wanted to start in 2018 and how many persons were vocal about her not getting married to Ned and how the gap between in their age, whether she was married at 17 or 21, one thing is certain, there's a power play here.
Yes.
And one person has the upper hand, has more access, has more notoriety, has more power, has more money, and has more experience in life, and just access more than she does. So the scales here are completely imbalanced, right? And the mother was one of the few people who came out and was in support of it. And I will say this, and I will say this very clear. And she also did come out and say, she loved him, she was in support of this, and she went ahead to marry him. All right, that's done and fair. Whether she's 17 or 21, one thing is certain, she should never have been in this situation in the first place. Every person who should have been a guardian have failed her completely. Yes. Her mother, her father, even her siblings, whether older or younger, and her peers also failed her as well. Because why would you have even gotten as far as to do this to get married in this situation? Now, fine, there's now been an allegation of drug abuse. There's now allegations of, of being unsafe around her children. Now, I don't know what those situations are, but one thing is clear. Somebody wants to be out of the marriage and out as quickly as possible. And they might be acting up or they might need help. Yeah. So if you're saying that this woman is unsafe to be around your children and unsafe to be around the other wives and is most likely going into same-sex relationship, don't... except it's me, except on another metrics, you shouldn't be with her anymore, right? It should just be, just cut ties with her and let her go. If she says she wants to go, let her go now. She says she doesn't want help. She doesn't want to react. Let her go. You know what? The only thing that you need to do is go to the courts and share your guardianship. If you have proof that, yes, indeed, she's not safe around the children, then that's it. Then you have a court mediations, then she can have the children some weeks on under certain conditions. Simple. What? I don't understand.
I just want to ask, let's even look at it, Susan. In this particular matter, what do you think that is really at play here? What is pushing this narrative or making it sway on one side? Now we're having one of the wives leveling more allegations. Do you think that they're just trying to railroad this girl to a corner?
Yes, obviously one person is obsessed. One person can't let go. Obviously.
But he's much older than her, and with all the allegations they've leveled against her, just like Judith said so eloquently, are there not grounds to say, okay, carry your bag? I don't want the drug addict wife. I don't want my children to be abused.
There is more to it. I feel there is more to it that we don't even know.
No.
Now, and
Because why can't you let her go?
Thank you. And I'm very surprised that he had this, he is going as far as to dispel this thing of I didn't marry at 17 and pasting and like posting her very sensitive documents, right? And for somebody who is a senator. And this is a cautionary tale, a cautionary warning, and to Nigerians as well, and those he's representing instead of constituency. Because I dare you, sir, every single time you've been in the news, it's always controversial. Senator Ned Nwoko, good morning, sir. Is it that there's no other thing that is concerning you in terms of Nigerian matters? Because can you leave us out of this family or marital group, WhatsApp group? The other time you were in the news, it was for a Neoma state. The other time you were in the news, it was for Nigerians to bear arms. There have to be other things now, eh?
So that, you see, so you're looking at that and you're looking at the precedents that if you want to, I keep saying on this table, if you want to plot someone's graph, so if you want to plot his graph, these are the things that are going to come out and you're following that trajectory and you're saying to yourself, what exactly is the problem? We've sat at this table, Susan, you've said, someone doesn't want to let go. If you say this person is so toxic and this person is so destructive to you and your circle, the first thing you do is let the bad apple go.
Let it go.
So if you're holding on to this bad apple just because, like Judith eloquently put it, there's an imbalance.
Okay, please, I don't want to stand. I want to thread Catherine's usual narrative. Are you telling me that there's a spirituality reason here? Because a spirituality reason. Somebody is telling me that he is swallowing our destiny for advancement. Oh, so the man is allegedly is what I'm hearing. Allegedly. They say that I don't even understand how you can swallow somebody's destiny, but they say he's using her destiny to improve and shine.
A star.
That thing is confusing to me. Where's your star?
No, your star is there. Your star.
So are you saying that, do we want to start to think, oh, there's some kind of hocus pocus that might be at
and how do you think this should, just, I don't know.
How do you resolve?
Yeah.
If you are like the advocate on neither side and you just have to bring some kind of clarity to both sides, how should
let both families just set their egos aside and sit down.
When he's using brute force to arrest her brother.
No, she does not need to be there.
Yeah.
I think
she does not need to be there. They are kinsmen. They are people that can represent the family.
Yeah.
And let's switch to
just
another.
need a resolution.
I like that.
Yeah,
they find
a resolution. Yes. And I thought
this is too much.
Maybe they were roommates before in their past life.
Exactly. So they should find a way to sit down.
Moving on. They have already said
still in Nollywood, by the way, only because it's now a Nollywood film at this point.
I have a story on this particular one.
Hallelujah. Now, Nollywood has been in the spotlight this week, by the way. The other story that has put the industry in the spotlight involves the confrontation between actors Taye Arimoro and Peggy Ovire on a movie set. There have been accusations back and forth, but now CCTV footage is adding a dramatic twist. The video appears to show Arimoro's vehicle being blocked by another car with crew members surrounding him and someone allegedly from Ovire's team deflating his tires. Moments later, she approaches Arimoro, pushes him away from his car, removes her wig, hands her phone to someone nearby, and seems ready to strike him. We've got the video for you. Watch.
Good.
This is personal to me because I'll give a recount of what happened to me 2 days ago. But let's take a step back and see how it all unfolded. According to Arimoro, I know the guy personally, very quiet gentleman. I don't know what happened. The confrontation began when he attempted to leave the set after completing his contracted hours. He claims that Ovire and her team stopped him from leaving, blocked his car, damaged his tires, and also alleged that he was physically assaulted during the incident, sustaining injuries to his gums and lips. Shocked by the situation, he live-streamed part of the altercation on Instagram and revealed his intention to take legal action against Peggy and the production crew. We want to take a snapshot of the live stream.
The fact that I have a job with them, I have a job with them, and my contract with them has expired. They say, "Oh, I must finish. I want to go home to sleep." Do you understand? That's where all these problems started from. That's where all these problems started from.
So what are those things? What's remaining?
To be honest, I don't know
what you can do for them.
I'm not doing it again because no, it's not necessary.
Thank you.
I want to even get what? I want to get my bag. My bag is in my car. They flattened my tire. So I need to get my things from inside the bag.
All right, so Peggy Ovire has denied Taye's claims, insisting that he was the aggressor. She says he attacked crew members after being asked to complete 2 remaining scenes to wrap up production for the night. She also argued that he misrepresented events in his live stream, leaving out the part where the violence began. And according to her, he arrived late on set, caused chaos, became aggressive when she tried to calm the situation. Now, with the CCTV footage circulating online, the public sees the clash in real time. All right, let's take some reaction.
Should we start?
Yep. Every one of them just gets up and becomes a producer. In quote. Isn't there like a body to check and regulate? This makes zero sense.
Yeah.
Now, this one here is from Queen Nedo. She goes, it's interesting about, how most Nollywood actors are silent about their colleagues being attacked and harassed on set, something that could have easily happened to any of them. Why is the Actors Guild of Nigeria silent? Yeah. I hope Taye Arimoro sues Peggy Ovire for everything she's worth.
Yeah.
This one says, see how she was trying to provoke him by pushing and attacking him. Once it becomes unbearable and he retaliates, he will become a woman beater for life. This one is from Dili Really. He goes, when many of his actors and behind colleagues spoke about his peaceful nature in the IG comment section, I knew her version of the event was a lie. This video clearly shows she and her goons assaulted Taye. This is totally unacceptable.
It is.
You can clearly see from this video that she was the aggressor, attacking him multiple times while her boys deflated his tires. What sort of abuse is this?
Honestly, this is personal. You know, I came to set. I came to work like 2 days ago, and I told Catherine what I experienced on a set. It was unbelievable to me. In fact, if it wasn't that, I shared with her because it was the first time I'm working on a francophone film, and I was working with this director that I know that called me. He contracted me for 1 day. I don't even want to go to the details of what he did on payment. And I just let it slide because I didn't want to make an issue and I was happy to work. And of course I did my contractual time and I knew they would not finish. I saw the way they were lackadaisical on set. I just kept to myself and did my contractual hours. The next day I was at work. They kept calling, begging, I felt so bad because of the Cameroonian girl, and I wanted to make a good representation. In fact, they gave me a stipend. I said, just for my car, 100K. Catherine, I worked till past 12. And I told them that by 10, I will be leaving your set because if you don't set up for my scene for the next scene, then I'm already out of this set. Catherine, they started setting up for other sets, doing all this kind of nonsense. I just went and wore my dress and I walked out. Catherine, the PM on this set, instead of him to beg his actor, he walked to the gate.
Ahead of you?
Ahead of me, and told the security men not to let me out. Catherine, the I was kept in there like a prisoner. All these things, it was to 12. at night 2 days ago.
And so I'm sure there were altercations.
Oh my God, the guy rained insult on me. Who am I? I walked out on his set. He started calling one AGM president, this and that. I just kept my cool. You know, it was becoming so heated because it was almost midnight. Yeah. The people in the estate were coming out of their houses and saying, oh, Lolo, I'm so sorry. When they heard the narrative, everybody just stepped back and went into their houses that, Lolo, you can do whatever you want. But I saw the Cameroonian girl. Oh, she was crying, speaking in French. Mama, I felt bad for her because I know that if I don't finish this work, her film never gets done. Yeah. This girl probably came to Nigeria because she felt Nigerian producers are good. I saw everything they did to her on set. So this is becoming
a thing.
When they would not sign contracts with you, because they want you to do it like gentleman's agreement. Yeah. Now I'm saying, if you want me to work on your set, you better give me an agreement and I will not work beyond 10 o'clock. I will tell you my hours. I can work from 10, 12. Because I tell everybody I do TV. Yeah. Didn't I tell you when I came on your set? I never lie. But this boy, this young man, I know him personally. Very gentle. Yeah, I swear to you, I know him. I've known him for more than 10 years, even if he's from afar. I've had the privilege of working. We even attended the same church at the time. Yeah, right. You can see from the video that this boy was really pushed. He was assaulted because they want to finish their own scenes and they don't understand contract.
Right. I mean, and besides this, the live stream, you can hear that that he was in the live stream, and all his other colleagues, just like yourself, they've all extolled, just words of encouragement and virtue, and just really spoke on his character. But most importantly, this is not the first time we're seeing cases of assault. We saw on set just weeks prior ago where I think they were technical crew, one man rushed after another lady. Apparently he's a technician on set and then she's a makeup artist. Yes. And then he strangled her. And then they said that she was the aggressor and she started it. Look, I gotta ask you, Susan, you've worked both in front of the camera and behind the camera. You've controlled sets. I have to ask you, what is the issue with Nollywood? Is it an issue of time? Is it an issue of just like a physical attitude to work? Is it a Nigerian factor? Yeah. What exactly is it that we keep seeing cases after cases of this? Okay,
so I'm going to speak as an actor and as a producer. And now, regarding this issue, funny enough, the PM question used to work for me. Wow. Funny enough, so I know him very well. A producer has no business to stop an actor from leaving set, especially when the contract is over. There's what they call stoop to conquer. You want to finish your film. That's your goal. Yeah. So like what the PM explained, he said, the actor said he was leaving. Then I said, go and tell my producer. No, that's why you are the production manager. He has told you he's leaving. Right. You go tell your producer that the actor is leaving. Then it's left for her to complete with the actor. Yeah. You get me? Some producers too, when they pay you, they feel entitled. They feel they own you. They do it. Yeah. I know that. So in this case, when an actor's contract is over, and you need more time. It's either you negotiate for more money for his time because it's rendering you his services, or you plead to finish because every producer wants to finish their job. Yeah, and they are individual producers. Not all projects are commissioned projects. Yeah, you have the luxury of reserved money to finish when there's extra time. You get me? So in this case, you are supposed to stoop to conquer. Yeah, even if you think that you guys will be filming because I will be filming a couple of days. It's 2 projects. I don't care. His contract was over. Yeah. Talk to the guy, negotiate. Just little pets in here and there would have solved this thing. I swear. So I'm not in support of that. Even when they were saying, oh, she has to finish her film. I've filmed to midnight. I've filmed to midnight. Yes. But I know how to pacify my actors. In fact, when I see it, I see ahead of it. I'm going to fall into I start caressing.
That's what I wanted to talk about in terms of if you're doing this job long enough, and even if you've not been doing this long enough, the matter of perception and the needs of proactive, you have to be proactive and be able to be cognizant to know that, oh, we're running over time. Let's start to make provisions. If we need to get a hotel room closer, if we need to bring catering, if we need to bring some sort of medical aid or just things to placate them, to make them sated, so they don't have to leave. I think that that's a matter of emotional intelligence, really.
Yes. So a lot of them lack empathy. They lack it. Trust me. Most of them are not really professional. They're just here, let's make this money, let's
What about contracts? Because you just talked about contracts.
She made it open. She made it open that I do not film more than 10 p.m., past 10 p.m. And I told my people, bring out her sins and let her shoot. She has made it clear.
But tell me, have you had terrible experiences such as this one, or maybe worse?
It was not as bad as this one. I think it was an actor that had a problem with my PM, and I stepped in. Yes.
Okay.
So the actor was like, "Oh, I can see you guys are going to film late," and I told her, I said, "Tell the actor that we're going to lodge him."
Yeah.
So she didn't. So the actor brought it to my table. "I don't think your PM is planning for me to stay, yada, yada, yada." And I called her, I said, "Come, have you called the hotel? Have you called for reservation?" She said, "No." I said, "Made that call in front of me now to reserve that room."
So you're in a position where you have to micromanage all the time.
Sometimes you just have to.
Hey, but what do we do, Susan, about these new YouTube trends that everybody is now a filmmaker? And most of them are not ready to sign contracts. Because after the incident I had that night, I was so shaken, but just because of Catherine, and she's half Cameroonian, I came excitedly to, aside the fact is the way they even went, I never even knew it was a Francophone film. You know, they can be so lax.
You insist. Moving forward, you insist on signing a contract.
I will never
Because let
do
me speak
it.
from the producer angle too. Like I said, the producer wants to finish their film.
Yeah.
Right? And with this YouTube thing, I must release a film weekly and all of that.
Yeah.
So emotions are flying.
Yeah.
I want to finish my film. Oh, I paid you XYZ for just 2 days. I paid you XYZ for just 3 days. I need to make my money back. I need to finish this film in 3 days, in 4 days. So they want to overuse the actor too.
All right. I know somebody who made a movie, and Big Shout also has a fantastic movie, groundbreaking, never been done before. And I remember I was with her over lunch, and she was telling me how her investors are on her neck to make the money back, and all the plans that she had for the movie in terms of cinema role promotion, as well as the platform she wanted it to be on. It didn't happen the way it was supposed to happen. And she didn't want to go through a route of YouTube, putting it on YouTube just because of how much money was spent on it. And the actors, the A-listers that she got on the movie, it's won awards, festival awards outside of the country. And one has to talk about the investor part of it as well. And this very need to make money as quickly as you are throwing in money, this pipeline of money making. Has it killed the art of filmmaking itself? Has it killed that art of creativity, of letting things fester or letting things rest to buy time and grow? Because you keep saying, there's a time and I want to make my money,
Yeah, that's why
it?
we say a lot of them are not professionals. Most of them are just here for business. When I say we are all here for business, we are actually all here to make money, right?
Yes. Oh, yes.
But I always say filmmaking is long investment. If you are not ready for it, I don't think you have business doing it. Right?
Oh, yes.
So when it comes to YouTube, YouTube is like pay as it goes. I put in the money, I get my money immediately. So hence why everybody's rushing to YouTube. But they don't really understand.
Yeah,
the
you understand
professionalism
on this table and
government
filmmaking. This thing
they
thing
don't
about
understand
YouTube and the thing,
The other channels,
everything that governs the business of making movies.
The business of making
of them
films, a lot of people do not understand it. And now that we have, the platforms that people used to rely on are no longer available to us to use. I have a film I shot that is a cinema film and I've not been able to put anywhere. Because by the time you think of the money you want to put into marketing and the movie, people don't know that it's like making a film, you are making it for the cinemas. Yeah. So the money you're making back might not just come at the same time. Yeah. And now that we have everybody going on YouTube, we don't have regulations. People just want to do something just because now my friend, now my buddy, just word of mouth, please come and help me do this. You be my person now. When you start to call on contract, they don't seem to understand it. And it's something that we need to, really regulate, or else it's going to cause chaos. This is just one of many that has happened I have been privileged to many sets where they've come to fiscals. And you'll be like,
and it's gonna, if it doesn't get, if it's not,
because when you say you pay an actor 1 million per day or 1 million per 2 days, you in your head you're like, we shoot 40 scenes a day. I need to finish it.
Finish.
Yeah.
And when you even see when people shoot, honestly, I need to. When I talk about Funke Akindele, I know people say, she's your friend.
There has to be a mechanism.
Professionalism.
There has to be a mechanism.
Let's also talk about the actors and the actresses as well. I mean, I'm not going to remove them from this equation because there's also, there are those who are stars and there's also those who have God complex and this illusions of grandeur that they have about themselves. And so I have to ask about them, in dealing with them as well, sometimes they can play difficult, don't they? And you know, just how then do you manage such situations?
Yes, very, very well. I had an experience. Was it 2023? The actor refused to finish the job, and the actor team came to my set 1 p.m. and his excuse was, "Oh, I finished from the previous set by 4 a.m." But he came to mine 1 p.m. Now, what do? We'll have to finish a bit late, so we can meet up with the schedule for the day.
Yeah.
And it was 8 p.m. The actor said, "I have to go. No, I'm tired. You know, I came from another set to your set." And I said, "You want me to understand that?" So it can't work like that. So if we spill over sins, we'll keep spilling.
Yeah.
On the last day, was remaining 2 cents. Funny enough, these same 2 cents they are talking about, it was remaining 2 cents. And
I had 9
cents. And I
cents.
said, "Let's complete this." And I'm like, no, he has to go. He's tired. He's weak. The good thing was the director is the writer of the script. And I told her, "What can we do? Let's rewrite. Let's change things." They're like, "No, go and block his car." I said, "No, I won't do that." Because now they're going to film the reaction. Yeah. Nobody knows the action. Yeah. Right? They're going to film the reaction. I won't do that. I'm not a chaotic person.
Yeah, you're very soft-spoken.
Yeah, so I will not come and block your car for what. And I just told her, "Let's rewrite." And we did that. And we shot with him.
But is it not possible that people can actually adhere to their contract? Like if you say, "Oh, I'm to shoot with you from 9 a.m. to X amount of time." Let it be clearly stated.
No, we are not those
people
kinds
just
of
don't
people.
do that.
No.
When it comes to timing.
We're not those kinds of people. I was part of a movie shot in Senegal. I was shocked at the order those guys bring to the table.
God.
They wouldn't touch anything
Senegalese
without
just
they didn't
a
do
different
it.
breed.
They made us question everything that we've
ever known.
Yeah, they're very efficiency, like never.
See small Senegal.
Senegalese are
Kenya.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So we are not that
like
organized.
that. Yeah.
Normally, this is what should happen normally, but you know.
We're a different breed, I have to tell you. And I think at the end of the day, it's our core. Hey, they're bringing that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Susan, for coming on the show and gracing our table. Thank you for riding with us all week.
So much to thank me.
I hope you voted for me or Tolu on this year's Eloy Awards. Just go to eloy.com, check vote. Honor Personality is yours truly. TV Personality of the Year is Tolu and Dida. But 2 of us, so we are tweeting on this one. We'll be keeping a close eye on the stories as they unfold. We'll see you on Monday. Have a fantastic weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.